So, again, to you, nothing's really changed significantly. But for me, I haven't filmed a video in like 13 days. It's been a really long time, and a lot has changed. If got new glasses and new cigarettes. These are same company, but these have menthol. I was like, let me try menthol. I have to say, I fucking love menthol. Basically, it like feels cooler on the throat, and it makes you feel very. Let me just Google it, because I looked this shit up later. A counter irritant, imparting. Oh, I can just show you everything. Actually, I'm not even bullshitting. Let me close this and screen. Here we go. A counter irritant by imparting a cooling effect and initially stimulating something and then desensitizing them. And it also like and it also is used to treat minor aches and pains. So it's kind of like a little bit like CBD is kind of what it feels like to some people would probably say. And yeah, I enjoy it for sure. I think this is like my fourth one today, and I got these out of the mailbox this morning. I was waiting for these for a fucking long time, and that's part of the reason why I didn't film video. And I think I physically look a little different too. It's been a while, but yeah, lots been going on. I've been seeing a girl I can't keep, which kind of sucks. So I'm navigating that. But other than that, haircut's the same. I have a wedding this weekend. Let's pick a word here. Sup? Ugh. Dude, do my eyes look smaller? Well, here's the thing. I can't see this fucking screen, so I don't know. So I'll just review later in the footage. But I think my eyes look smaller with these glasses on, because like this lens is like super thick since the surgery. So yeah, I finally got the new glasses. You can totally see that, right? This lens is like significantly thicker because the eye took some damage in the surgery naturally. I mean, it was kind of expected. I'm talking too much. Where's the word I'm looking for? So here we go. Screen. Wait. Reactions. Boom. All right. Here we go. Pitfall. Oh, let me mute my phone so I don't get distracted here. Pitfall. A pitfall is a divergence from the course. So, metaphorically, you'd obviously use an example with a car in a pit. You fall in the pit. But that could be used for, let's say, for example, it's just a distraction. So if you're going somewhere, it's something stopping you. And it's more significant than an obstacle is a pitfall. An obstacle you can go, if there's like something in the road, you can go around it, but a pit that you fall in, a pitfall, you're kind of fucked. So it's a lot more difficult. So I think pitfalls and obstacles should for sure be used differently, because you can use obstacles for your advantage if you have the right mindset. If you have like a stoic mindset, then you can go, okay, this obstacle's a part of my journey, right? I have to beat this to beat the game. It'll level me up eventually. It's part of my fucking. It's part of my story. This obstacle, but a pitfall like fucks you. It's like it can end your journey. To be honest. Let's see. Can you dig your own pits? Can you dig your own pits to fall in? Yes. Side note: I've been watching a lot of Tim Dillon recently, and he put into perfect words why I smoke when I fucking talk. It's because the pauses when you talk you could fill with a drag. So, but yeah, this is menthol. I fucking am in love with menthol. I'm not gonna lie. I'm probably gonna buy these all the time. They feel awesome. Maybe I'll do another Billy 55 green tea cigarette review with just the menthol cigarettes, because these are fucking nice. They feel cool on the throat. Maybe they're not better, but they feel better. So nice little placebo there. And one thing I'll say about these glasses real quick, and then I'll jump back to the word, is like since this eye is not to a significant degree, but definitely different than this one in terms of like the powers of the two. Like when I look to the left, it'll take a second for things to focus. And I look at the charger over there. It'll take a second, but when they're off, it's it's just stuff. But when I look there, it takes half a second for it to focus because the powers are different and the lens is weird and it's just strange. But anyways, yeah. So obstacles can be used, but pitfalls you definitely have to avoid because they can ruin things. So I think maybe not. I think it's true that it takes a well-developed radar to recognize the difference between a pitfall and an obstacle because I think they can look kind of similar at times. And you have to be strong to avoid them. Pitfalls can be traps set by, not even intentionally by others. I'll give you an example. The proximity principle, where kind of the people you're around influence who you are. Those people can be a fucking pitfall. And you can't even really tell sometimes because it's just your boys or it's just people. Pitfalls can be disguised. They can be covered in leaves, like in the woods and shit. They used to use that shit, They used to cover fucking pits with leaves and they put spikes at the bottom. And people would fall into them. That's a pit that you fall into, pitfall. And it looks nice. It looks normal, right? Careful, bro. It's different than an obstacle because an obstacle is kind of obvious. Dodge a fucking, I don't know, some flaming torch. That's an obstacle in your way, whatever. Obviously, it's a torch. It's on fire. Fuck that, right? But a pitfall, you can't really see sometimes. So you got to tread carefully, God damn it. Look around for the pit that you could fall in. Because once you fall in a pit, you have to climb out of it. And that can be hard, especially, if you don't want to or you don't feel like it. It's like, dude, are you strong enough to climb out of the pit? Are you sure? Then you definitely don't want to fall in, See, while I'm thinking, I could take a sick drag. And I think this one smokes a little more as well, which is kind of nice. So, side note, gonna toot my own horn a little bit. Got in an argument with a girl about if women can drive or not, and I pulled up statistics and logic and things like that. Basically, my argument was I was right, and she heard me at the end of the argument. I was like, well, it wasn't even an argument; it was a discussion. Bragging, toot my own toot a little bit. I was like, basically, I was saying that men drive more, so we get in crashes more in general, but per capita, women get in crashes more by a statistically significant amount, and that's it. That's the end. And it's because the two reasons are men drive recklessly and women get stressed and anxious when they drive. They did a study. And those were the conclusions. So, end of story. End of discussion there. Anyways. Yeah, pits, man. So, can pitfalls ever be good? I mean, they could teach you lessons. Because climbing out of a pit is a little bit more impactful on, I think, you as an individual than just avoiding an obstacle, because avoiding an obstacle can be kind of easy. But if you're in a pit, you have to get out of it. You don't have a fucking choice, because you got to keep going down the road. You got to get to the destination. You have to. So, I'll say this. Although they are definitely more difficult, objectively, to get out of pitfalls, I'd say that they impact your character more and your character development. So, I guess a pitfall for me in my sex life in general, I'll say my sex life was getting herpes, but then I climbed out of it and I figured out what to do, things like that. Things are fine now, but at the beginning it was really, really strange and weird. It was a strange territory to navigate. A pitfall in my fitness journey was when I got shoulder surgery. That sucked. I was out for a long time. I was out for 4 months. I couldn't do shit. I was lifting 10 pounds in the gym. Fucking big now. But at the time I was lifting 10 pounds. It was embarrassing as fuck. I was doing this on the bench. It was because my short, dude, I have a picture of me when I was teeny weeny weeny. And this was I think March last year, 2023, something like that. And man, I was just twig mode because I just couldn't fucking. And this arm was atrophied. So not only was I small, but it was also atrophied. So it was just ass. And, you know, the school I went to was, a lot of it revolved around fitness. So it was very embarrassing to not be fit. I just couldn't fucking do anything, you know. Could run, but other than that, it's just small. And as a dude, you just want to be big. It's just a dude's want. You want to be capable, physically capable of doing shit, taking care of yourself, things like that. I just couldn't do it. And that pitfall ate at me, bro, you know? And when I climbed out of it, it definitely taught me a lot of lessons. One, about fitness. Two, about, you know, my mental fortitude and things like that. Because coming back from injuries is ass, dude. Because you not only do you want to be back, not only do you want to be normal again, you want to be back where you were and then better. Those are three different stages, and it can be hard to do that, man. And, you know, I'm not trying to bitch and moan, but it's like I broke my, well, I'm going to say I'm not trying to bitch and moan and bitch and moan anyway. But I fucking broke my wrist, rehab for that, dislocated my knee, rehab for that. And then when I got my shoulder shit, I was like, fucking goddamn it. I mean, they're years apart, you know, but it's just, I'm going to get hurt in the future. It's probably going to happen. But it's just like, god damn it. When it happens, it's like, fuck, okay, whatever, here we are. Shout out to fucking whatever dude. Damn it, I dropped it. Shout out to whatever dude got run over by that fucking car, bro, because he's going through that shit right now. That is rough. That is not only a pitfall, like, physically, mentally, I mean physically in the gym, but it's just, getting run over by a car stops everything. Like, he lost his job, he can't work, you know, so. When he comes back, though, I'm excited to see that. Actually, speaking of, since this has to do with pitfalls, let me see if I can find his thing. YouTube Studio. Oh, all these have come out by now. I guess it is the 19th of June or of July today. It's the 2nd for me. But here we go. Where's that last video where I reacted to that? Here he is. Well, I'm happy I got run over by a car, and then I have the original video here. Southpaw Huncho, shout out to him. Huge pitfall. One of the biggest I've seen. One of the biggest I've seen. Let's see where he is now. Has 3,000 more subscribers since I've checked. Alrighty. Where are we now? He shaved everything. Oh. Kind of dug the beard. Okay. And I guess he had this one scheduled from before this all happened. And so here he is. So I guess he's climbing out of the pitfall. But dude, that is rough. That's some rough shit, you know. It's a hefty one. So I'm rooting for him. How long ago did he post that? Let me check. I didn't check that. 13 hours, so that just came out. Nice. So this is the first video in 2 weeks. Maybe I'll watch that later. Maybe. I don't know, probably not. Gotta be honest. But yeah, let me go back here. So it's like it teaches you a lot about yourself, especially if the pitfall is like the deepest one you've ever been in. So everybody that's the thing a lot of people don't understand about other people too, is everybody has a deepest pitfall, right? And we're sitting here kind of comparing them as if it's not conceptually the same thing. Everybody has had a worst day of their life. Regardless of how bad it was compared to somebody else's, it was still the worst day of their life to that person. So it's like, it doesn't make any sense to discount the fucking hardships somebody's had just because they're not the exact same ones you've had. People do that sometimes. I think I don't do that. I think I don't do that anymore. I've been not working on that, but I think I worked on it in the past, you know? I'm gonna be honest, I still have a problem with obese people. I just naturally it's just, I get it, but I just can't act like it's normal, you know? I'm working on that. That's my one thing, is just that. I be hating from time to time. I'm gonna keep it a stack and a half. But yeah. My worst pitfall, I think, was the girl, yeah. Probably the girl. You know what's funny? Like, not a lot of girls will say this. I think just the ones that don't matter, so. But, like, girls will say, oh, he just got his heart broken. And it's like, well, yes. That's, like, the best thing that can happen to a guy, because it shows him the world's not fair. And then he can start moving accordingly, you know? So it's like, yeah, you did, correct, yes. That's why you're in love with them, you know. Fuck. Well, there it goes. Rip the cigarette. Damn it. I think I was ripping it. I think I was dragging it pretty hard, you know. Pitfall, pitfall, pitfall. 7 letters. Don't know how to say it in Spanish. No fucking clue. Not gonna try. I don't even know how to say pit or fall. But, what else? Should you look for pitfalls? Should you look for pits to fall into? If you're prepared, you have to be very well prepared. I don't think you can be inexperienced looking for. I think you have to know how to avoid obstacles first. I think you have to work your way. Here's what I'll say. You never know how deep the pit is going to be. So I think you have to have had you have to have had climbed out of pits in the past gradually and had them deepen slowly. So like, I don't think you could, be a guy that's like, hey, let me jump in this pit and then it's 9 feet deep, and you're like, fuck, what was I thinking? Start with a few inches first. Just roll your ankle. You know what I mean? Like, and then once you're seasoned, I think you'll be fine searching for hardship on purpose. But that is you gotta be self-aware to look for problems, I think. You understand what I'm saying? I don't think this is very long. 16 minutes. Well, after this, I'm going to probably make some potato. Well, I need carbohydrates. I might make a peanut butter and PB Bajib. And then I cooked some meat a while ago. Not even a while ago. It's been a while ago. It was like 4 days ago. Some steak. And I just fucking rib seasoning. Fire. So I'm going to put that bitch in the microwave, drain the oil, make a goddamn PB&J, probably triple decker, 3DZ, goddamn milk and chocolate. Been running a lot recently. Running less, but running farther. You know what I mean? And it's nice. I like it. Trail running and shit. It's dope. Brain's empty, so I guess that's it.